Welcome everybody to round 3 of the Shakedown Legend series for the amateur series, coming to you from lovely SNETTERTON in the United Kingdom. We have typical English weather, cold and cloudy, so track temp's going to be quite low today, so tyre pressures are going to be key. So far we've just started practice. There's 45 minutes of practice. We've just clicked over 40 minutes to go. Only 5 in the lobby at the moment. New bloke here, Freddie Aussie. This is his first race with Shakedown, so another PlayStation guy. It'll be interesting to see what times he can run around here. So far he looks pretty clean and tidy. Oh, commentator's curse. Just threw it. Unlucky. That's right. That's what practice is for. Get rid of all those little issues, sort it out, and go from there. We've also got Masso out on track. Just coming up to the back straight. Oh, a little bit wide through there. Let's go into drive mode. So he's just out on his warm-up lap at the moment, just getting a feel for it, checking the car, making sure it feels alright, getting used to the track temperature. Very technical track, this one, SNETTERTON. You've got the very fast front and back straights. Then you've got the technical section here through section 1 and 2. And then coming up to the back chicane, the fast sweeping right-handers into a sharp left, back onto the main straight. So you've got to try to maintain speed, but also keep the car under control, nice and easy. Bit wide of the apex there. And through the dip. That's where you just want to be feathering the throttle. Back it down to third. Try to keep it as right as you can so you can turn in hard on the left. Not bad. You know, it's not a popular track, SNETTERTON, because it is quite technical. What I love about it is the cheering tree at the end of the straight here. Once you go through this sweeping right, you have a look at the tree straight ahead with its arms up. Looks like it's cheering for you, going, hooray, you're doing good, you can do it. Yeah, I'll get that crap out of the way. So it looks like it's only Freddie out on track at the moment. Everyone else is mucking around with setups. Plus we do only have 2 sets of tyres for this race, so whether these guys are conserving and not willing to throw quite a bit of time out on track for practice. But in saying that, Masso's coming back out. Whether they're going to conserve their tyres for practice in the race, probably not a bad strategy. Also do have a compulsory pit stop for fuel. Not so much tyres, it's fuel, so time's going to come into play there as to how much fuel to take to start. Whether you start light and then add fuel, or whether you take a lot of fuel and do a short stop. It all comes down to these guys making their decisions. So far in the first 2 rounds we've had some really close battles, and we've had 2 different race winners. So let's see if we can keep things shaken up. So far Freddie's on par, just a little bit slower than his best time, 2:07. Here he comes into the sharp left-hander onto the straight, very wide, and invalids the lap. So also got Masso out, who's just coming up to the last sector, about to start a flying lap. Let's see what Masso's got. It's going to be quite a tricky race with such low temperature. We hope the temperature comes up a bit. But with greasy conditions, cloudy conditions as well, it could be anyone's game tonight. We'll go on board with Masso for a lap, see how he's handling that. Yeah, it's got it turned in nice. Watch that bump on the way through the second apex. A little bit wide of the apex there, but pulls it up. Back on the gas. Nice and smooth through there. Coming to sector 2 complex. Got it in, drifts it out. See how much speed you can carry through this left. Probably use a bit more exit there, but still nice and neat. A little bit deep under brakes there. And he's invalid the lap, but I'd keep pressing on. It'd be interesting to see whether these guys are going to be conserving, knowing that they only have 2 sets of tyres. Oh, up over the curve, nice. See it hug the right hand side, turn it in. Nice. So we're just still running a little bit wide, still managed at 2:08, that's not a bad time. But it is still early days, we've still got 30 minutes of practice. So he's run very wide there, unfortunate. Looks like the cars have got a little bit of understeer with the low track temp at the moment. But still, we've got Shooter, Matchin and Pickle still sitting in the pits. So whether they are conserving, not a bad idea. Because I mean, honestly, you could probably get away with about 10-15 minutes worth of practice. Because then leading into 15-minute quali, you still do a bit of time there. Or whether they've done enough practice prior to the race that they're happy just going straight into qualifying. So Matchin's still on a dirty lap, and Freddie's on a dirty lap as well, so might be just out learning the track. As I said, it's probably not a very popular track. Alright, let's see how it goes now. coming into the pits. Maybe a bit of a setup change. Maybe a bit more tyre pressure. We've got Pickle out on track now, having a bit of a steer. So he's only on a warm-up at the moment, so we'll let him get around and we'll come back to him when he's on his flying. Oh, Masso again, same spot, running really wide, oh, into the fence as well. A bit of grass sports. Alright, so we'll go on board with Pickle. And let's see what sort of lap he can do. Understanding too, cold tyres, there's no tyre blankets for these like the GT3s. So it will take probably 2 to 3, possibly even 4 laps with the track temperature being so low to come up to temp. So it's one of those things just to be patient and just increase lap after lap. Alright, let's see what Pickle's got. Nice through turn 1. Tree's happy about that. Just a dab of brake, back to third, floated out. Nice. Leaves it in third. Right out wide, beautiful. Quick back shift to third. She's looking very tidy. Oh, had to have a second dab of the throttle there to get it turned in. Nice, using all the track. Carried nice speed through there onto the back straight. Nice through there. Carried just a good amount of pace, using the downshift to get the car turned in. Oh, a bit oversteer. Oh, that dip coming out of that corner can catch out everybody. He was on for a good lap there. Is he going to have another crack? He's going to start another flyer.
Hang on, Gilly.
Hey Tommy, how are you, mate?
Good, mate, yourself?
Yeah, pretty good, mate.
Good.
The boys are only just coming out on track because I think they're now aware that tyre allocation is limited.
Yep.
So
That's good.
Yep. So far, no one has really settled a cracking lap. So I think they're just trying to familiarise themselves with the technicality of Snetterton, as it is quite a technical track.
It is. It's actually quite difficult to get a good time around here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's such a long track too. You're busy pretty much the whole way.
Yep.
Easy to make mistakes. Even if you're making one or two per lap, it's costing you in time. Plus typical English weather with low temperature and cloud doesn't help the situation either.
No. So I'm only part way through the results from last week, so I don't have a. I can actually probably. Actually, let's look at the totals here.
Oh, we've lost someone too.
Yeah, it's Frederick.
Freddie, yeah.
Yep, he's just dropped out, so. All right. So it's still really anyone's championship, this one. Obviously, in the first round, well, Brad's actually not in tonight, but he won last week. So
Yep.
last week's race winner's not in tonight, so that's basically taken him.
Oh, that's costly.
Yeah, so he's currently sitting third in the points after winning last week's race.
Yep.
But at the moment, the new Shakedown Matchin 193 is leading the series by 4 points over Metal Shooter at 85. So
Wow.
it's pretty close, but it's pretty much, I think, between those two.
Yep.
Obviously, with the small number of rounds and the points difference, it's pretty hard for the rest of the guys to make that up, especially going off the last couple of rounds. The pace.
Yep.
Of the top three, really a little bit ahead of the.
Pretty much in their own league, aren't they?
Yep.
Yep. Well, that's not to say that the rest of them can learn from these faster guys too.
Actually, Freddie had left the game to send me a photo of his car, so that's funny. So he's coming back in.
Oh well,
So that's funny.
abiding by the rules. That's cool. He's still got plenty of time. So
yeah. Oh, I said because he's on Discord. So Ty Hall actually runs this Discord for Shakedown.
Yep.
And I just asked him to send me a photo, and I said, don't have to send it to me straight away. But he's obviously there. He is. He's back now, so
yeah,
he's done it, and that's funny.
Well, Pickle's about to set a cracking lap here. What has he got? 2:06.8, and that's put him to the top at the moment. That's a pretty good lap. Not really sure what actually a super fast lap would be around here. I don't think I've actually driven an M2 around here.
I'd have to refer back to the Legend Series from last year, which was open to all drivers. So yes.
So did we do?
Yeah, we
M2s? I was that long ago, mate. Can't remember.
Yeah. No, we did all the British tracks in a British tour last year in these cars.
That's right.
So yes.
I was talking to Metal Shooter before too, and I think he said he's managing mid to low 204s.
Okay.
So that if that's an indication of what the pace should be, but that's depending on the track temperature as well and the track conditions.
Yep. I'm sure we'll see the track conditions get a little bit better. It's still really green.
Yeah.
I don't think there shouldn't be any rain. So yeah, I'm sure qualifying you'll see a much bigger difference in times and them come down. And you probably see the times quicker again in the race. You
Yep.
see drivers do some faster laps in the race.
Yes. Yeah. As soon as there's a bit of rubber put down on the track, it's going to be a bit more grip for the boys to play with. Yeah, I dare say they're all just being a bit conservative at the moment, knowing that
Yeah,
they've only got 2 sets of tyres, which is understandable. Um, I dare say a lot of them have done a bit of practice prior,
yeah, prior
so
to the event.
yeah, so they're quite comfortable just going straight into qualifying.
Yeah, it's one of those things like a few laps in qualifying because qualifying is quite short. A few laps in qualifying isn't going to hurt the tire too much. In the race.
Yep.
So the tires in this game tend to take a long time before they really go off. Except for the Porsche Cup cars.
Yeah.
Once you get to the end of a 20-minute race, the rears on those cars are pretty well gone by that stage. But these tires tend to last a long time. The GT3 stuff, you can go a good hour on the tires and still do some really good times. So
Yep.
but if they had the confidence to maybe use their practice tire in qualifying as well, and then
Yeah.
put a brand new tire on for the race, that's one possible outcome. But being a small grid of five, it's qualifying isn't
So
obviously it's such a small field. It's not a huge problem if you're starting back of the field, and that
yeah.
will in this case would only be fifth. So
Have we got any more coming? Like AC Green, is he joining us tonight?
I can send them a message and
Who
see if
else
I can
was
get some
there?
more guys in. I'm sure people are enjoying some Easter, so
Well, that's true. It is the Easter weekend, so
mm.
people might not be home taking the time out. So that's all right. Well, five's better than none at the end of the day. So everyone's just laid up in the pits at the moment,
Yeah,
biding their time. We've still got 16 minutes of practice, so whether they're just, yeah, as we said, conserving their tyres, they might go out with 6-7 minutes to go and have a crack. Or in saying that, Machin's heading out now to have a bit of a play. Realistically, I think they all need to go out together to get a bit of rubber down, so
yeah,
that they can all start looking at better grip.
yeah. The extra few laps isn't going to hurt them.
Yeah,
Just seat time and getting the eye in, getting in the zone in
yeah.
the track is going to be more beneficial than maybe losing a couple tenths of tyre life, which
No,
again I don't
exactly.
think it's going to be a huge deal.
Nah, and that's it. They're all in the same boat. So it doesn't
Mm.
really matter.
Mm. Oh, we're missing. Righty, let's jump on board with someone. Oh. So let's look at last year's results. just get them up.
Well, looks like Matchin's about to start a flying lap, so we'll jump on board and see what he does.
So last year, we round 2, February 17th of February, round 2, Snetterton. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah, 13 months.
Yeah. So, well, it's actually not too far off. So, Harrison Johnson qualified on pole last year with a 2:05.8.
Nice.
So the rest of the field was half a second off of that. And I myself was 1.7 seconds after that, so I was in the seventh.
Yeah, right.
Looking at that. So yeah. I think yeah, that was a that was a clean sweep for the Shakedown team. That one. Both races, a race 1 podium was Ty in first, Harrison Johnson in second, and James Watson in third.
Yep.
And then the race 2 podium was Harrison Johnson in first, Ty Hall in second, and myself in third.
Nice.
So yeah, the top. And yeah, Harrison dominated that one by looks of it, 18 seconds in front of second place.
Wow.
So only 10 laps, so they would do a lot more tonight, obviously.
Yep.
And even in the race there, fastest lap in the race was a 2:05.
Okay.
So yeah, race conditions. Same thing, probably smaller grid, takes a bit longer for the truck to get up to temp and put on grip level that's optimum.
Yep. Well, Matchin's just done a flying lap, but he bailed out into the pits, so he didn't actually set a lap. But it did look quite fast, so.
Maybe sandbagging a little bit there?
Possibly, or just, go out, push for one lap and just see if the car's happy for him. Not necessarily trying to set a time. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens coming into qualifying. So Shooter's out on track now, having a bit of a feel, going through warm-up procedures for a flying lap. I know we had a good battle last night, Shooter and myself, in the M2s at Misano. The whole race,
cat and mouse.
Yeah, the whole race we were 0.5 of a second away from each other.
Wow, yeah, close.
It was really close. And once again, it came down to the pit stop, and I managed to gain 2 seconds on him, but he just clawed it back, and we were just backwards and forwards for the whole race. That was really good battle.
You end up winning that one?
I did, yes.
Yep, nice.
Yep.
Handy having some laps early in the week in the Porsche Cup at the track, so that worked out well.
Oh, absolutely. Besides all the carnage in race 2, that was a good fight back from the back of the grid for myself. Working my way back up. Quite a few guys there that very respectful racers. Will give you the room, but also will punch back, which is really good. Makes the battles more fun.
Yeah, that's always good. A bit like Shane Van Gisbergen in NASCAR at the moment, where he was hit going into turn one, and then he returned
Yep.
serve later in the race, and unfortunately lost the position to whoever was in third. But they're pretty laid back with the rules over there, as I've just learnt. They're happy to let them race and let them,
Yep.
if they hit each other, they're happy to
Yeah,
let them go.
the stewards won't step in, which is good. Let them sort it out on the track. But there will be a tolerance point where what's fair and what's not, and that's the thing. You let them race, mate. Just a bit unlucky with the track limit rule and copping the penalty at the end, which put him down to 23rd, I think it was.
Yep.
Yeah. But you look at all of them over there, especially like on those circuits. They use every bit of concrete they can get their hands on.
It's a bit like the old rules in Formula One before they said don't go over the white line.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
The onboard shooter at the moment, who's I don't believe he's set a time. No, he hasn't.
Yeah, I think he's just about to.
Yeah. This will see where so shooter needs to finish. Wow, 2:04.4. That is quick.
Yeah, that is a good lap.
Yeah, so that's 6/10 quicker than what we did last year. So not that in class, but some of these guys are on par with pro times. Wide of that one, a lot of understeer there, and exceeded what the tyres can hold on to. So lost a bit of time on that turn two. And Pickle's gone. Oh, he's already in second. Freddie's.
Yeah, he's just gone wide at the hairpin there. But he's a 2:06.8. It's a pretty respectable lap.
So while I'm here, I'm just finishing off the results from last week, so we can start fresh. I still have the Porsche Cup ones to finish off from Tuesday.
Yep.
So he's up again. So
yeah, he carried a lot more speed through that chicane there. We're on board with him now.
Yeah, he's lost it on the coming out, so he's gained a lot of entry speed, but sacrificed sector speed, but he's up. So if he didn't go wide at turn two, he'd probably be almost up second up. So there's no 3 on.
Yeah, he just lost quite a bit of time there with a bit of understeer.
Yeah.
Trying to carry a lot of speed through those right-handers before the last corner.
He's got better exit though, so
yeah,
it's gonna
improve.
Yep.
2:04.3.
In seeing that, there's an 03 for these guys.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, the tyres are really. Oh, look at that.
He gained 3/10 through that corner.
Yeah, he got it right. So that's how much time he lost on the previous lap. So if he gets this right, I'd say we're pushing it to the 03s. Using all the exit curve there.
Real deep there. Managed to got it turned in.
Yep, got it rotated pretty well. Still 3/10.
Nice turn in there. You got a good exit here for the back straight. Yep, use all the road. Oh, you still are?
Yeah, he's lost 500s. Just needs to get the exit better through here. So a bit slower entry speed, but he might gain some on the exit, which he hasn't done, so he's lost a bit of time there. He's really on it though. He's looking pretty good.
He's still pushing
up.
Well, he's gained 3/10 there. Look at that.
Yep.
This will put him down in the 204 ones. Oh, 204, 2-2. Nice lap.
Yeah, he's a bit slower on the exit compared to the previous lap, but the coming in was a lot better, obviously. So still up.
The only other one out on track at the moment is Pickle. Still just trying to shake things off, just get the feelers out.
Yeah, there's a 2.6 second gap between the first fastest and second quickest at the moment. And the fastest time, so that's a big gap.
Absolutely.
But I'd expect Matchin to set a quick lap. He probably was on a flight and decided to just bail and know he's on pace and just, yeah, like you were saying earlier, just save a bit of tyres.
Yeah.
Pickle can definitely carry some bit of extra speed through turn 2, get on the throttle a little bit earlier. Just open up the steering a little bit when he's getting on the throttle and carry a bit more exit speed.
Yeah.
So Shooter's back on the pits, so it's just Pickle out on track now.
Well, we've just got on 2.5 minutes left to practice, so I don't see anyone else really going to come out and try to set a cracking lap. I think they're all just, as we said, saving it for quali.
Yep. It's interesting to see how can't think of the word, how conservative they are this week compared to last week with the tyres. Obviously last week they were running wets.
You use as much as you wanted to.
But Pickle's half a second up.
Yeah, he's gaining more and more now. Nice exit.
Probably just getting a little bit more comfortable with the track.
Yep. Well, this will put him into the 5s, so that's a good time. Oh, no, 206.1. Well, yeah, only having 3 cars set a time in practice. Shooter's done the best at the 204.2. And then, 1.9 seconds back to Pickle and 3.7 seconds back to Freddie. So is this Freddie Aussie's first race with us?
No, he's done a couple of races in the Cup Series, but this is his first race in the AM series tonight. So, new one joined the series, nice. Which is cool. So, yeah.
So that's the end of practice. Here we go into qualifying, and track temperature has dropped.
Go, go, go.
Wow, 11 degrees.
Yeah, she's cold.
Yep. Take a water bottle with you, boys. There we go, Matchin's out on track.
Yeah, so tonight we're still missing Andrew Green, Stephen Badger, Matthew Gilso, and Brad Charles. So 4 guys out tonight. So
But like you said, it is the Easter weekend, so hopefully
yeah,
they're back
exactly.
next week. Yeah, Matchin and Pickles now rolled out of the pits on track. And Metal Shooter's just rolling out now too. Oh, and Masso, looks like they're all coming out. Alright, so Matchin's getting ready to start his first lap. Ooh, bit of oversteer on the way out. I reckon he's lost a couple of tenths there.
Yeah, that will hinder his straight line speed, probably going into turn 1, but won't bother him too much. Because
No.
obviously the start finish line is towards the end of the straight, so it's not too much before you're sort of on the brakes turning into turn 1. You really hit the tyres at turn 2.
Yeah.
Crying.
A little bit of oversteer on the way out there, but he's caught it. Still impressive, using all the rev range in the gears, revving them right out.
Yeah, so you're doing these cars, and they're pretty lackluster when it comes to performance. So pretty much have to use everything the car has.
Yep.
For a literal result. But because these cars are, lacking aerodynamics, lacking horsepower, lacking pretty much everything, it makes good racing.
Yep. We are 203.1. You said we're going to go into the threes.
Wow.
We've gone deep into the threes. Well done.
That is, yeah. He knew he was on a fast lap when he bailed in pits in practice. So
Yep.
yeah, it's on. See what Darren can come back with now.
And whether that's a fresh set of tyres too. So Shooter's managed a 2:04.8, but on this lap he's up 6 tenths.
He might be on his practice tyres still, so
It could be.
Marco's had a little off.
He's managed to recover. That's good.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, that's a fair gap to what Shooter can manage. A 2:03.1.
That's huge.
Pretty impressive, actually. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's fast. He's 8 tenths up. So
he's made a little bit more.
Improving.
So he's almost on. He's up to a second now.
Yep. So he's should squeeze into those threes.
Yeah, good exit there. Dropped a little bit of time coming back on. But still, this will be a good time. 2:03.94.
He's gone wide, turn 2, so I think he's pretty safe in second there. So you probably just save the tyres. You're starting on the front row. Okay, you're missing out on the 2 points in qualifying, but there's more points to gain in the race. So
I mean, you'll have to push pretty hard to gain 8 tenths. And it really work burning the tyres out.
Yeah. Even if I was matching, I'd if I was seeing Shooter back in the pits, I'd probably call it as well.
Yeah. If your next competitor's just back in the pits, I'd probably do the same too, just to conserve.
Yeah. Well, Meso is looking like a squeezing into those fives. Freddie's had a big one into the wall. So he's had a big incident on turn 1. Just ran wide and straight into the grass.
So if Masso stays on this will put him up into third. He's on for a 2:05. Just to get in this last corner. Nice. Could have used a bit more of the exit. But still, it's going to be a good time here. We got
so Shooter's back out.
2:05.8.
Back out. Yeah, that's good.
So let's put him back up to third.
Yeah, if you guys come on out and Marco is just coming up to Freddie now. And he's up. Ooh, lost a bit of time. I wonder if Freddie's just going to move out his way while Marco's on a hot lap here. There's still a fair margin for Meso down to gain.
Yeah,
for him
just
to
step
actually
to the
move up
side.
into
Well
second
done.
place. Yeah. So it's probably just a bit of track experience at this point.
I wonder if Machin's thinking to himself, I'm only 1/10 off a 2:02. Whether he's trying to push to do a 2:02.
Shooters has had a bit of a moment, so but Shooters coming out for another crack. Maybe he was on a set of practice tyres, and maybe he's threw a new set on now and can give it a crack. But we'll see. Who knows what these guys are doing? So I wish we could see the options. It'd be nice.
Yep.
This is obviously is commentating to be able to see what they're choosing with the tyres and all that sort of stuff. It's just a pity we don't have those options.
Yep. Well, yeah, Meso's still 2 tenths up. Three tenths, 4 tenths. Good exit through there. He's gained 2 tenths on that last corner. This will put him into the mid fives. 2:05.47. Good lap. So we're still yet to see Freddie put a lap on. I don't think he's put a lap on, has he? No. So even though Machin's comfortably 7 tenths up on second place, he's still pushing on to see if he can get into the 202s. He's trying deep under brakes. He's gaining time under brakes, but he's slow out of corners then. And he's just, over the last 3 corners, he's dropped 5 tenths.
Probably a bit of Sebastian Vettel influence where the team asks, there's no point in pushing, and his response was just for satisfaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably all it is at this point.
Yeah.
But he's gone wide turn 2. Nope, that's the end of the track. So there's no, I mean, he's got a chance to go one more, but depending on what tyre he's on, maybe he's on old tyres still and saved a set and still has a set fresh for the race. So he's just happy to keep pushing on these, or we'll see what happens here, whether he goes to one more or not.
Well, Freddie's just set a 2:07.4. So he's got a lap on the board, which is good. Puts him in
I'd
fifth.
say you'll see Freddie gain a bit more speed in the race. He's probably done very limited laps around here, and if ever, who knows?
Yeah, as I was saying, I don't believe it's a popular track in the game.
No. I don't like it. I'll tell you straight out.
Same.
Yeah. Well, Shooter's on for a good lap.
Yeah, he's up here.
Nearly 3 tenths. Not enough at the moment to look like knocking Machin off the top step. But either way, both these guys are starting on the front row, so they're not going to be hindered by the other guys. I think it's going to be a fair... he's bailed.
Yep.
Out of it.
Bailed out of that. Pickles in the pits.
Machin's matching his lap, so that's really impressive. So he's found some speed around this track that no one else has managed to find.
Yeah.
And is replicating it again here, so which is good signs for the race. It's not just a one-lap wonder. He's on it again here.
He's obviously got a good balance in the car that he's comfortable with, and he can press. A bit deep under brakes going in there. That's made him run wide. Yeah, invalid lap. Unfortunate.
Spewing.
But that's it. That wraps up qualifying pretty much. We've only got Freddie left out, who's actually up on his best time, which is good. Coming into the last corner, he's 4 tenths up. He's still in fifth, but still that was a good lap. He improved on his time.
That's the 031. That's a really fast time.
That's
That's only 2
huge.
seconds faster than what we were doing last year here. I can't remember the conditions last year. But either way, that's beaten anything.
Absolutely.
No one got under 05, so that just goes to show
And,
where these guys are at.
considering people, you look at Shooter, who's a quality driver, to be 7 tenths on top of him, that's quick.
Yep.
So he's definitely got a really good setup that he's happy with and comfortable with, and can manage it. So he's going to be the one to catch down today.
Yep, definitely.
But then you go back to Masso and Pickle. There's not much difference there too. There's only 2 tenths away between those two, and they've been racing pretty closely the last 2 rounds as well. So we might actually see a bit of a battle going on there for the last step on the podium.
Yeah, well, that's it'll be good for Michael, Pickle, to have a good result tonight. And I don't know what he's done in the recent weeks, but he's just been riddled with bad luck.
Yep.
It'll be good to see him just have a clean race, not be taken out.
Yep.
And
need to build his confidence back a bit.
Yeah, on top 3 would be good for him.
Absolutely. He's been trying everything. He's been playing with the rig, pedal setups, checking the calibrations again. I do know Shooter's been helping him with the setup tonight, which has been really great. Even though these guys are out to race for themselves, they all group together if anyone needs help. And that's the good thing about Shakedown, is that everyone, if anyone's got an issue, everyone's there to help out. So, yeah, that's really nice as well.
Yep.
So we don't like to see anyone really struggling, so we want everyone to be racing with each other. That's the whole game of it, isn't it?
Yep. Well, everyone is sort of on a similar mindset where everyone rather see everyone competitive.
Yep.
Of course, everyone likes winning. Sometimes you do get the easy wins. I've had a few of those myself where everything just works and you don't really have to fight for it and you just get an easy win. Other people have a bad race or whatever, and then some other ones you really got to fight for, and the ones you fight for are definitely you remember those ones, and
absolutely
they feel more rewarding at the end. So everyone is, I think, in the same boat that would want to see more competition rather than so that's why I think everyone's just happy to help each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. So I'm just about to upload the points from the overall points, championship points, so the drivers can see where they're at, because I'm sure they would like to see.
Absolutely.
So how long we got?
We've got 1 minute and 10 seconds before race start.
Just enough time for me to quickly put this up in the group. Maybe.
Just say you don't want to distract them now, do you?
No, but
yeah, it'd be good. It'd be good to have it up, so at the end of the race they can see.
Yeah. Obviously, the points that I'm about to put up, Matchin has extended his lead by 2 points.
Yep.
So that just means it's a bit more work for Darren to do tonight. He really needs to...
30 seconds.
But this is the last race for this series in this car before we move to the GT4 car.
Nice. I think the boys will be a bit happy with that too.
Yeah, a bit more speed.
Yeah. Even though this is a good car that you can, once you get your head around it, you can carry a lot of speed. You got to keep the momentum in it. It's a fun little car to drive. But yeah, stepping into then the GT4, where a bit more aero, bit more grip, bit more power, it makes it a bit more fun to drive.
Yep. And I think, early on, I think Shooter's going to be a little bit of a favourite because he's been super competitive in GT4 class in another league. So, and obviously I've had the privilege of racing against him, and he's he's been really hard to beat. And like I said, I think the last week, the week before, he's outpaced me on a number of occasions. He's just made the mistakes in the pit stops, which obviously cost him in race 1 here as well. So once you nail those, yeah, there's no reason. Like I said, he's a race winner for sure. So.
Yeah, and he's comfortable with that car. He's got his head around that in every bit. So yeah, he will be the force to reckon with next round.
So James has, or the number 193, which is leading the group at the moment on the formation lap, he's extended his championship lead by getting on pole.
Nice.
So now he has, he's 45 points now. So that's really good. So he's 6 points in front of Shooter, who's currently starting from second, but also on the front row. So what we have on offer?
What do we have for offer tonight?
Same as obviously the round 1 and 2, but yeah, first place is 25 points plus the extra point for the fastest lap.
Yep.
And second place is 18 points. So there's 7 points without including the fastest lap. There's 7 points between first and second.
Right.
So really, if it's going to be between Shooter and Matchin, whoever wins tonight, will either retain the championship lead or Shooter will gain the championship lead. But obviously, 7 points and there's 6 points in it. If Matchin still manages to take the fastest lap, then they're basically at midway through, they're going to be even on points, which makes it exciting for the last 3 rounds. So.
Absolutely. Looks like they're getting ready to go double file.
It'll be interesting to see what Freddie can do tonight. He's just jumped in as a late entry and just given it a crack. So
yeah, no, it'd be good to see how he progresses through the night.
Yep.
Well, here we go.
So once again, it's a yellow car front row.
Yeah.
It's been the thing for this series.
Waiting for the green.
Green light, give it all you can.
There's the green flag. Pretty even start.
Looks like Shooter's got a bit of a jump. It's hard to tell at the moment.
He's going to be on the wrong side.
Yeah.
He has conceded back.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hard corner to stay on the outside of that one. He's to run wide and just fall to the back. So expect the top 2 guys to sort of run away with it and build a gap to the guys behind, and we'll see what sort of race pace they're at.
So we're just looking out the back of Matchin to the back of the field, see how everyone's progressing on the first lap. Shooter's really deep under brakes.
Yeah, run a bit wide there though.
Yeah, a bit bumpy on the way out.
So as we've seen first 2 rounds, you don't have to be the fastest guy at the moment to in this series to win. It's who can make the least amount of mistakes.
That's exactly right. So far it's been clean, which is good.
But I reckon if one of these guys can put it together, be fast and limit the mistakes, then they're going to take that win. So far, everyone's sort of pretty tight, especially the top three. Marco's.
Oh, Freddie's just had a wild moment.
Big moment.
Just went straight across the nose of Pickle. Oh,
Yep.
thank Christ he missed him.
I know, right. He's had a big one. I didn't see the impact. I wonder if he had some damage there.
Looks like minimal damage to the front of the car. And I can't see much damage to the
look at
side, so I think he's actually kept it off the wall, which has been really good.
Switch back to the front. So Pickle's just hanging on the back of Marco here. There's the front two are just a little bit of a gap to third, and then a second gap back to Pickle. Otherwise, it's still not much.
Oh, Masso's run wide.
Pit window is opening.
Pickle's going to have a look up the inside here.
Yep, that's it.
Yep. Like you said, it's going to be who makes the least amount of mistakes tonight. So,
yep.
Pickle's just gained the position. Yep. That's put him onto the podium for now. But we've still got 42 minutes to go.
Pickle looked like he was the only one that set a clean lap on lap one. So,
yeah, I dare say they're pushing to try to bridge
Marco
the gap.
has had another spin. So that's good for Pickle. He doesn't have the pressure of a car behind. Freddie looks like he's going to get back into fourth here.
Yeah, he's overtaken him there.
Yep.
Just going to go into the replay and save it.
So Pickle can just run his own race here.
Yep, absolutely.
You know, just keep it clean, get a good pit stop. You know, if he gets a good pit stop and comes out with no mistakes, then there's a chance of him winning the race.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, everyone's, even the fast guys, have been all making mistakes. You know, messing up the pit stops. So, I mean, I'm sure they're all working on that, and it's just going to keep getting better every race. And I'm sure these guys are going to be well on top of everything this round. Yeah. So, they're looking really good compared to round one.
Well, Masso's closed the gap on Freddie now. He's right on his tail. He's going to be angry with himself after making that mistake.
Yeah.
You just need to compose yourself now and just start pumping out consistent laps.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a 15-second gap now to the guys up front. It might sound like a lot, but it isn't much in a long race like this.
Well, Masso's closed in on him on turn one. Freddie was a little bit wide of the apex. He might...
He's gone to cover.
Yeah, he's gone deep.
But he's run wide.
Done the switchback. And he's got through.
Yeah, well done. That was good.
Nice move. Nice move.
Yep.
Well, Freddie's having another look. He's going to be shallow going in.
He's having another look again.
He's
gone for it.
He's gone deep.
He's actually pulled it off. Well done.
He has. Good move.
There's good racing between these two. Something's happened at the front, I reckon. No, it's still good.
No, it's still good. Yep, Matchin's still there. Shooter's about 0.9 of a second behind.
Yep, so the front two are starting to get away now, which I kind of expected.
6 seconds back to Pickle in third.
Yep. So that's good. Pickle just, like I said, just not worry about the guys at front, just run his own race. Yep. I think Pickle's made a mistake this lap because he's 1.8 seconds down, so he he's definitely made a mistake. He's just got to iron those bugs out and just run his own race here.
Yeah, definitely. Considering that these two, Masso and Freddie, are battling pretty hard with each other, that's going to be costing them a bit of time as well.
Yep.
So if Pickwick can just knuckle down, smack out his consistent laps, you'll be fine.
And there was only 2 tenths between the top two. Matching with a 204 flat and Shooter with a 204.2, so nothing in it as the front two guys.
Nice.
Actually, I'll take that back. 203.7.
Wow.
Compared to an 042. So yeah, that was Matching's previous lap.
Freddie had a big moment going into turn 1, and Massa had to check up. Right at the apex. Oh, Freddie's run wide at the hairpin. Masso's gone underneath.
He's done it worse than the previous lap, so that's a bit far.
He's got some work to do now to catch back up. But this is where you don't want to push too hard. You just want to find that groove and inch by inch, 2 tenths here, 2 tenths there, slowly gain your way back. You've still got plenty of time. You don't want to burn the tyres out too early.
Matchin just ran wide there, coming onto the straight, so he's going to lose all that speed down this back straight. So Shooter's closed the gap by nearly half a second just because of that mistake. So Matcham was really starting to just open up a little bit and got the gap out to over a second, and now it's back to a second. So Pickles now 9 seconds off the lead, 10 seconds now, but still it's a 16-second gap to the guys behind, so he's sort of in no man's land at the moment. He's seemingly quicker than the guys in 4th and 5th, but just not quite up with the pace of the guys in front. He's about a second and a half off the pace from the leaders. Yeah,
but still, if he continues this will be a good result for him, and a big boost in his confidence too, knowing that making minimal mistakes, everyone else is making mistakes around him. This is where you capitalise.
Yep. Exactly right.
Oh, big moment over the bump into turn 1. Sent Pickle really wide. But kept it off the fence and back on the track. Probably lost just on 3 seconds there.
So just jumping on board Shooter at the moment. He's 3 tenths up on this lap. Yeah, nearly half a second up, so he's really pushing on this lap, but Matcham's back out to 1.5 second gap.
Yeah. So I think possibly Matcham has got his gap, and now he's just going to try to maintain the distance, not try to overdrive the car.
He's pushing on this one. He's 3 tenths up at the moment, so he's looking like a mid 203.
Nice.
So he's pushing. Matcham's got this track sorted.
Absolutely. He's got that
just
thing
watching
dialed.
his onboards and just watching the onboards and all the points are spot on.
Oh, Metal's coming in to do his pit.
Yeah, right. Very early.
I wonder if that's... Well, he won't be changing tyres then, so he's just putting fuel in.
Yep. The only problem with that is if the other guy...
he's had to back up too.
Pickles in too. So they might be teaming up here.
Yeah, it could be a strategy going on here with these two.
Yep. The only thing is if they... Shooter will be driving off in a second, and he'll have the other guys to contend with to get past. If he catches up to them, he's only going to get held up by them.
Yep.
Freddie's in too, so that's three drivers in.
Yeah, right. And we've still got
only
30 minutes to go.
Yeah. It's only been 12 minutes of racing, and they're all coming in. That pit lane looks shocking to
I'm
drive
just looking
on.
at that. The step-ups on it. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing, but
I hope not.
seems a bit odd. Looks like they need some concreters there to relay some of that pit lane.
Absolutely.
Well, if I was matching here, I would actually just stay out, just do a long stint.
Well, yeah, now everyone's pitted.
Yeah.
I don't really see... Well, Freddie's out of the pits now, so everyone's done short stints for fuel. Machin's still got heaps of room ahead of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd run long.
Yeah, I'd run long. He doesn't have a shooter in his mirrors anymore. So there's that, there's no pressure of having a driver on your bumper. You can just keep an eye on the lap times and to see what shooter's doing that way. He can just run the race without having to look on his mirrors at all. So in a way, shooter's taken the pressure off of matching. Yeah, I think so. Unless it's just one of those calls, maybe shooter just couldn't match the pace, so he's just throwing something in to try and upset the lead. But at least shooter's got his pit stop out the way. There's no fear of having a mistake there anymore.
Yeah, exactly. In other words, too, I'd notice sometimes, I tend to do it, that if I'm chasing, sometimes it's easier to go into the pits, get out on your own, and just smash out your own laps, and hope that when they pit, it'll bring that gap closer. Yeah. So it's probably not a bad idea, because then you're not hurting the tyres pushing so hard that you can just do your stop, get out on your own, and just drive your laps.
Yeah, that's it. The only thing now, when he does come into the pits, so when Matchin does come into the pits, he knows Shooter's done his pit stop. He knows he's going to be coming.
Yep.
So that's where there might be that little bit of rush.
Yeah.
That's where he's just got to play it safe. He doesn't need to rush. He just needs to come in and do his pit stop without making a mistake and come out in front and have a few seconds gap.
Yeah, and this is the mind games now too, because you don't know how much fuel they took. So you don't really know how long they were stationary. And that can start to play mind games with you too. Like, when do you pit? Are they going to close the gap, or am I going to extend? How are they going to overtake me? You don't know, because you don't know what they've done.
Well, that's the thing, because Matchin's going long or longer. His pit stop is going to be shorter.
Yeah.
Because he only has to put on so much fuel to get to the end.
Yeah.
So, but there's obviously, this is where, say for instance, Ty found, in one of the races we had last year, he found a window of opportunity, we'll call it. Because you can fill the car right up with all the fuel you need for the whole race. Come into the pit stops and do your pit stop, put in 1 litre of fuel, then out you go. So you can have a couple second pit stop, out you go. If you can manage the car at the start with the full tank of fuel, or however much fuel you need for the race, so you're putting in the absolute minimum, because 1 litre completes your mandatory pit stop. Yeah. So there's the other things that these guys can be doing, playing a little bit smart, running the risk of having a bit of a slower car because the belly's a bit more full. Yep. But then only adding 1 litre of fuel. A couple of seconds you stopped and then out you go, rather than sitting there for 10 or 15 seconds, giving it a fair chunk of fuel. Yeah. So there's all these games. Well, even if you're putting just 3 or 4 or 5 seconds worth of fuel in, there's 3 or 4 seconds you can still save. That can come down to a position. And Shooter was definitely in there for, almost 15 seconds because No, sorry, it would have been roughly just under 10 seconds because Pickle was basically in his pit box as Shooter was taking off, and there was a 10-second gap between them. So,
Yep.
you know, we could probably say he was around 10-second gap as we're just seeing Machen make his first mistake. So if he's only got a short pit stop at the end, you know, and he's still doing fast lap times, I'd say he's
He's going to be comfortable.
Yeah. You know, Shooter's doing still some fast times, so he's done an 0.42 on his last lap. Obviously
Nice.
dirty because that would have been his fastest lap of the race. Machin's in for his stop.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that pit lane looks
That's
shockingly
shit,
bumpy.
isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. Say 4
Yep,
seconds.
that was nothing.
Yep.
He's going to come out well in front of everyone else.
Yep.
So
Well,
he's still going to come out in front of Marco at the moment. There's Shooter
Mazzo's
coming onto the round. Yeah. There's Shooter in the background coming onto the straight now.
Yep.
Yeah. So, actually, Marco just done an 0.44. That's way faster than what he was able to do in qualifying.
Yeah, nice.
So he's starting to find some real speed at the moment. So if he's on a similar strategy, no, that won't work. But if Marco does do a little splash and dash to get to the end, if that's what he's planning, he will actually overcut Pickle and come out in third place.
Yeah. So it's on for the podium.
See, Pickle's only just completed his lap now and come around turn 1, so Pickle still needs to hustle here.
Yep.
You know, it's 32 seconds to, well, 30 odd seconds to second place, Marco at the moment. You know, you give or take 30 seconds for just running down the pit lane, plus a few seconds stop. It's still on for third. And at the moment, Pickle's running in the 5s.
Yeah, he's doing good, and he's half a second up now on his best time as well.
Yep. So that's good. So he does need to get into the 4s.
Yep,
I think.
He's pressing on.
Yep. You know, especially with the speed that Marco's on. He's done the 0.44 the last lap, and he's on to do it again. So it's pretty quiet now. Everyone's really spread out. It's just going to be really hard for Shooter to close down that gap. That's a big gap to first.
That's huge. Yeah. I think he's comfortable there now.
Yeah, Machen has absolutely nailed that pit stop. He's just nailed it. You know, he obviously sandbagged in practice, knew he was quick. Come out qualifying and just set a lap that really no one could get close to.
Blew everyone away.
Yeah, you know, and his race pace is faster than what anyone was able to do in qualifying. So, you know, when you're on, you're on.
Absolutely. And like I said, when everything clicks, you know, he's got the car set up, it's comfortable, he's happy with the track, it's just all come together for him.
Yeah. Obviously, Shooter made a, you know, an mistake in getting into his pit box and everything, but didn't expect the gap to be that big.
No.
But yeah, Machen's definitely done a little splash and dash and dropped the car and out he goes, and mandatory pit done. Which is good to see the different strategies.
Absolutely.
You know, who's able to run the car with more fuel, gain the time in the pits compared to maybe opting for more race pace and a longer pit stop. But
Masso's in the pits now, so this will be interesting to see where Pickle comes. Pickle's now coming up to the second to last corner. Into the last corner now. So, and Masso's just leaving the pits.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
This is going to be really close.
Let's jump on board. On board Pickle, and yeah, Marco's definitely overcut him there. So Pickle's going to have to hustle a little bit. But it's a good comeback from Marco to drop back down to the rear of field.
Yeah.
He's really gained that time in the pits there. People can follow Marco at the moment and maybe just gain some time and some speed by following a slightly quicker driver in front.
Yep, if he just follows his lines and stays in his slipstream.
Yep.
Oh, Marco's one right there. Pickle's coming now.
Yep, pressure's on. I think this is where the battle is at now. I think Matchin's sorted out first at the moment. That's a big gap for Shooter. Unless there's a big mistake there, I think that's kind of sorted.
Yep. Yep, I think this is where it's going to be for the last spot on the podium.
Yep. Interesting to see Marco's entry into that corner, just turning the car the way he did.
Yeah.
I think that's the things to Pickle at the moment, just the confidence to get on the throttle a little bit earlier and start unwinding the steering and just carrying more extra speed. You know, once he hits that apex, just jam on the throttle on these cars and just unwind that steering a bit more. And you see him coming into turn 2 here, and he's just a little bit better, but he's usually still pretty shallow.
Yep.
Getting the car turned a lot before he starts to get on the throttle.
Oh, Pickle's missed the apex way there. That's all right, kept it on track. That's right, just compose yourself, mate, and
yep,
he's coming back. Oh, there's that bump again. They both hit it. Just got the tyre on the grass inside that curb, and as it came back and hit the curb, just launched.
So as the current championship points sit, if the finish as it is, then James completes the race with the fastest lap, there'll be a 14-point deficit between him and Shooter in second place.
Wow. But these points still do carry over to the GT4s, yeah?
Yep.
So then that'll be interesting to see with the next couple of rounds in the GT4s if Shooter can fight those points back.
Yep. Plus the last round, being an Enduro, will be double points. So that will really...
that'll make a bracket.
Yep. And because Brad is out tonight, he will probably drop a couple places in the points. Marco will actually move up into third place if he finishes where he is at the moment.
That means Brad's had two rounds with no points, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
So Brad will actually drop 2 spots tonight. So he's only on 25 points. If Michael or Pickle finishes where he is at the moment, he'll finish. He's currently, his live championship points thing is 30 points, which puts him into 4th place overall.
Nice.
So from 6th, so up 2 spots.
Nice.
He's made a mistake here, but
well, Shooter's just managed a 2:03.7, so he's pressing, trying to close back into matching.
Look at the gap from these guys to Shooter. It's like, you know, there's 35 seconds.
Yeah.
To second place. You know, I mean, I expected these guys to pull away with it, but they're just really pressing on.
My leaderboard thing's fucking screwed up. I've got the overall, so I'm not actually getting the splits between them all.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to change it.
Well, it's interesting that you've got the overall, and I've got the delta splits.
Yeah, right.
So it's interesting that that's happened.
I wonder if that's because that's the way I've had it in the car, like in
Probably.
mine, from last night.
Mm-hmm. What, possibly?
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, see, Machin's running in the 03s at the moment, so he's just full of confidence.
And he's 4/10 up too. I lost a little bit of time on exit.
Yeah, pretty hot in there he was. But yeah, he's just using every ounce of road. Pretty hard to beat someone when they're on like this.
Yeah, he's just on point.
Yeah.
It's like watching
Too much
time.
curve there.
It's like watching time,
Almost.
mate.
Yeah, Shooter must have made a mistake this lap because he's nearly 2 seconds off his previous lap. I think Pickles made another mistake. He's 5.5 seconds down on this lap.
Whether he ran wide onto the back straight, maybe. I don't know, I missed it.
Just keep an eye on Meso on this lap here. Looks like it's a quick one.
1.2 seconds up.
Yep. 5.551. It's running off this stint.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Machin's got a 16-second lap gap now. He's just pushing that gap out at the moment.
And he's half a second up on his best for this.
Yeah, he's flying.
Yep.
And you can see there's not much deg in these tyres. You know, they're
No.
30 minutes into the race now and still punching out fastest laps. So as that fuel comes out of the car, they're still managing to just press on and keep going faster and faster.
Yep.
Slow car ahead. That is Freddie.
He's had a bit of a moment there, coming onto the main straight.
Looks like he's... Yep.
He's going in the pits.
Coming in for a pit stop.
Yep. So he's obviously got damage of some sort, or he's going to change tyres maybe.
Oh, matching with 036, almost his best.
So it's like everyone's found their little spot now, and
Yep.
everyone's pretty much clear of everyone. It's about now who can make the least amount of mistakes for the final push.
Yeah, I'd say Shooter's just settled second place. His last lap was a 051 compared to Matchin's 036. So there's a second and a half there.
So how far back's Meso to Shooter?
33 seconds.
Right.
And
Okay.
he's punching out mid 05s.
Yeah, well, so
Everyone's,
he's
like you
comfortable
said,
there.
Yeah, I think everyone's sort of just... The gaps are too big
Yep.
for what time's left. Unless someone makes a mistake, the gaps are probably a little bit too big. Pickles just made a few mistakes and dropped off the back of Marco there.
Yep.
Freddie's
Still in the pits.
must have... He might have just called it a night, maybe. Because he's done enough, completed enough laps to qualify for points, so he's not going to lose anything.
But still, to get familiar with the car, it'd be good just stay out on track and just keep punching out laps just to get the feel for it. But in saying that, next week jumping into the GT4s is going to be completely different as well. So
Yeah. An 044 from Matchin. Jude's just coming onto the main straight now. An
5-0. Yeah, I think they've just found their little groove now that they've well, Shooter's probably conceded that he's not going to catch Matchin. So just keep it comfortable and just bring it home. Just on board with Meso, going through sector 2. Fairly smooth. I think as well he's now realising that he's on the podium. He's got the gap to pickle and I don't think there's enough time to catch up to Shooter. So I don't think he's got the real pace to push that hard. So once again, I think he's conceded to just cruising around in third.
Pickles just run wide there. You know, Pickles still might not be happy with tonight's race. Obviously, you know, being in third place in the first stint, and then once, you know, sort of being outdone strategy-wise.
Yep.
And obviously pace-wise in the end. But yeah, good strategy play from two guys in particular. Obviously, Machin and Meso down under, obviously coming back with a good call strategy and just literally topping a quick splash and dash to get back out on track.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely worked for both of them.
But really, Machin, yeah, definitely deserves tonight's win. He's just made
Elite.
almost no mistakes.
Yeah, he's in a class of his own tonight.
Yeah, he stepped up for sure. So that's I think this is a warning sent out to the other drivers that he's lifted the bar now.
Yeah, this is the benchmark.
Yep. So now it's up to Shooter to respond in the GT4 cars.
Yep.
Which I'm sure he will.
Absolutely.
Pretty still on the pit side here. I think he just called it.
Yeah. Oh, Pickles run wide. Oh, he's kept it off the fence. Coming into the last section. No, this is second to last corner, I think.
Oh,
no, it's turn one, sorry.
Turn
it is turn one, yep. Whether the inside curb had hopped him again, I don't know. I only caught the end of it.
Well, he's just got to finish now. Well, even if he doesn't actually have to finish, he could probably call it quits too, and he's still going to finish fourth, so he's got nothing to lose now, so he might as well just
exactly.
have fun.
But he's one of those drivers like us, or see it through to the end.
Yeah.
Even though you might not be happy with your driving for the night, but at the end of the day, crossing that finish line does still mean something.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Shooter's done the 041, so he's back finding some pace now.
Nice.
So he's 18 seconds to first place though. 6 minutes to go. It's unless.
Oh, he's run really deep there.
Yep.
Into the marbles.
That's
costing a lot of time.
There.
So, yeah.
Yep.
So that gives us 5 minutes to go now. Everyone's still in their own little spot. Machin's got a 19-second lead over Shooter. And then there's a fair gap back to Meso down under. So everyone's pretty much what you see now is the way that they're going to finish, unless something major happens.
Yeah,
but I don't see it.
There's still Pickle moving up 2 spots tonight in the championship, up to 4th. That's 50 points behind first place, so that's essentially two races now behind. So really not in the contention for the title, as we kind of figured in round one anyway who the top three were going to be.
Yep.
But still, time in the seat, practice.
And you never know too, like especially with Pickle and even Freddie and Masso jumping into the GT4, they might surprise us too with pace. And
speaking of accidents, Maso's just had a big one.
Oh,
Front end damage.
So, where's that? That's
that is turn 4 or 5, 5 I think. So where's Pickle at? Pickle's only come around turn 2 now. So what's happened? How come Pickle's a long way behind Maso for some reason?
Okay, what's up? Yeah.
So now it's back to 20 seconds. I thought the gap was much closer than I was expecting Pickle to sort of be coming around the corner then.
But see, Maso has been pushing too.
Yeah.
So probably every lap he's been doing a second, 1.2 faster than Pickle. So he's been extending that gap. But yeah, that's a lot of damage.
There's 20 seconds, so I'm sure the
he'll drive through.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, with 2.5 minutes to go, there's a couple laps to go, and see where they're at. Yeah, it's probably probably 2 laps to go. They were the 3rd place finish tonight, first time on the podium, I think, for this series for Marco. And
yep, I believe so.
Actually, let's look at round 1. No, he got a podium in round 1 as well because
that's right, because
from
Brad got DNF'd. That's right.
Sorry, the DSQ. Sorry. So yeah, that pushed him up to 3rd place. So 2nd time on the podium. Obviously, that puts him back up in the 3rd place overall.
Nice.
But yeah, still a long way behind the guys in front. But yeah, I'd say it's down to the top 2 now. Because we've lost Brad again. You know, he's
well, there's 50 points straight up that he's lost potentially.
Yeah, and that would if he had those points back, he would actually he'd be up top at the moment.
You didn't tell him to miss out on the races so you can keep him as your AM, did you? That bit of team strategy going on here.
Oh, don't worry. In a way, there's probably a good thing for us, for the team. If we, obviously, I'd rather, it'd be good to see him move up, but at the same time, it keeps him racing with us and keeps him racing in a team for the year anyway. But I'm sure with his qualities, and people can see that he is fast. It wouldn't, if he moved up and had to find new drivers, I don't think it'd be hard for him to find a team to race with. So I'm still unsure what we're racing this year. I'm 99% sure we're going to be running the BMW.
Yep.
In the Shakedown team. So that means we'll be running the new GT3 car, and he'll be in the older one.
Yep.
I think it's the M6. And obviously running the BMW M4 GT4 in the GT4 series.
Nice.
The all BMW. Where last year we were all Mercedes with switching cars.
Yep. Yeah, well, we've decided to switch back from Porsche back to Mercedes.
Yeah, right. It was good for us last year. I mean, it took a lot of tuning to get the new GT3 car to work the way me and Ty wanted it to.
Yep.
So it took a lot of work to make them fast, and at some tracks there were actually at Bathurst they were quite difficult to drive.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you found that it's not settled like compared to the Bentley, where it's very settled. car and quite easy to drive. The Merc wasn't as such.
Yep.
Well,
Here comes Machen coming up to the finish line to take the win for round 3.
Yep, there we go.
Well done. Well done. Shooter's just ran in the last corner now to take the second spot.
That's a win and fastest lap, so that's and pole position, so that's maximum points.
Nice.
He's come away with this one. That's 28 points he's gained from this one, which is big.
That's clean sweep, isn't it? That's taken everything tonight.
Yep. So it's the first time this year that someone's been able to do that.
Yep. And here comes Meso down the back straight.
So Shooter again hasn't won a race yet, but he's finished last in round 1. He got the pole, finished second, and got fastest lap. But missed out on first place because of that pit stop error, where Machen was able to. He's been absolutely flawless in the pits. So. Another second place for Shooter, so that's he's finished actually second place.
I was gonna say he's been a bridesmaid every round in this one.
Yeah, he has. Yeah,
he needs to break through soon. Yeah, but there's Meso across the line for the last spot on the podium.
Yeah, see where Machen has been a first place, second place, and now another first place again. So he's just been. Now it just seems he's really stepped up this round.
Yep.
So much better finish from Pickle this one.
Absolutely.
Still a few mistakes, but you know he wasn't the end of a collision.
He wasn't really off pace either. He was matching Masso. So yeah, I mean you should still hold your head high.
Yep.
So we'll see if we can get Shooter and Pickle into the party. Here's Shooter.
Here we go.
G'day, hello.
How you going, mate? Just make sure you include your audio, mate, so everyone at home can hear.
Yep, all done.
Nice.
Talk us through your race, mate. How did it all go for you?
Pit stops again. Stuffed me.
I noticed you had the flicker in reverse for a little bit.
Yeah. I was trying to get out of following Machen in front and just race my own race, but yeah, pit stop stuffed me.
What a shit pit lane, isn't it?
Oh, isn't it?
Looking at the step-ups, absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, they're shocking.
And even when you get released, like if you put your foot flat, you end up in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Machen was too good.
He was just in a league of his own tonight, mate. He had that thing hooked.
Oh yeah, he's consistent too.
To do a 3-1 and be 7/10 quicker than anyone in qualifying is impressive. And as Tommy said, last year the fastest lap for qualifying was a 2:05.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That was still good fun. It was,
that's
got a bit scrappy towards the end, then just ended up on the dirt a few times.
Yeah, I think everyone was sort of doing the same. Everyone was a bit off pace. I think the gaps were pretty big, so it looked like Azul would have just wanted to get to the end. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, racing on your own again.
Too many silly errors.
I was going to say, how did you go, Pickle?
Too many silly errors, mate.
Yeah. You were having a good battle there with Meso for a while.
Yeah, and then stupid error, and he got away.
Yeah, you missed out though. If you kept up with him, he had a big. He did crash right at the end there. With about 3 minutes to go, he put it in the wall.
Yeah, okay.
It was, he had a really good pit stop actually, where he come out in front of you. He just did the old splash and dash.
Yeah, and I made a few silly mistakes around that time as well.
Yep.
Ran wide, ran deep. And we gave it to him, I suppose.
Better race for you though, than the last few rounds.
Yeah, but still.
Your pace is still there, mate. Like you're on point with Meso with times. You know, so yeah, it's just trying to get those little niggly mistakes out, man.
Yeah. Made way too many tonight.
Yeah.
Way too many. Yep.
Oh, don't be too hard on yourself, mate.
Yeah, well, you've moved up 2
still good fun.
places to 4th in the championship, so
Yep.
Really want 3rd in that.
Yep, this puts you up. Yeah, puts you up to 4th, behind Marco. He's up in the 3rd.
Yep.
And, but yeah, the guys out in front, they're just obviously Shooter and Matchin. You guys
they'll
are
be
just
proud. Rolling away with it.
It's sort of between them now for the title, I think.
It's always between them, mate.
I think Matchin might have it because I'm going to miss 2 weeks' time. I won't be here for a week for it.
I'll
drop a whole round, yeah.
Is that the very last one or the
Nah, it's the middle one.
Oh, that's all right, because the very last one is double points being an enduro.
Oh, is it?
Okay. Yeah, keep that in mind. So
nice. Don't mind the GT Force too. So
I was going to say, yeah, I know you're
So now
comfortable
we're
in that
into
car,
the
so
Yep, we're in the GT4 now, aren't we?
yep.
yes, this is the
Next
last one
round
for BMWs. Yep.
We're done for this thing. Yep.
Yep.
That's right.
How did you guys find the track? I actually probably don't like this track at all.
It's. I mean,
It's not a fan favourite.
yeah. You got to be on point. I mean, it's so easy to miss a break, and especially those tight corners after a big sweeping corner. It's just that back one on the back. I find where the big right sweeping into that slow. That's tough to get that one right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very hard to get right.
It looks like too. It is quite bumpy on apexes as well, especially like turn 1 and turn 4 on that fast left. You know, it looks like it is quite bumpy, and if you do hit it wrong, it does seem to spear you off.
It chucked me off a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously, you're right. It's not a fan favourite, and considering looking at the fucking pit lane, Jesus Christ, why would you?
Yeah, it's shocking.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I pulled in early to go in my pit bay and fucking nearly bounced through it.
We were watching. I was on board with you, I think. Yeah, I was on board with your car. Because everyone, I think Shooter was the first one in. And we're like, oh wow,
Shooter was the first to go. Yep.
Yeah, 12 minutes in was pretty early, and then you came in, and then we're like, oh, it's pretty early. Then you came in, and then Freddie came in. We're like, oh, everyone's getting their pit stops done. So it was interesting to see the, big difference in strategies. But
how was your tide deck, guys? You just you could see you still had plenty of grip towards the end because you were setting some pretty quick laps towards the end as well.
Yeah, I didn't really notice much. I was, without making mistakes, I was running pretty much the same times every lap.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like I say. I think the only thing that killed me was my own silly little mistakes tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a bit frustrating, but it is what it is, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought you had third in the bag when we pitted Pickle.
Yeah, I know. So did I.
So did we. Tell you what, we thought this would be a great result for you. But in saying that, like you said, mate, Meso made the right call, had a spot on pit stop, and you guys were battling. But yeah, everybody made mistakes tonight. Even Matchin made a few little errors. It's just the way it is, mate. One day it's just going to click like it did for Matchin tonight, and everything's going to come together. And it's going to be there.
Yeah, he absolutely nailed his pit stop too, and the car was only up for a couple of seconds, and it was dropped in
4 seconds, and he was back out.
Yeah, right.
He had a good race.
Yeah,
clean
sweep. It's pretty hard to beat. Yeah, he done. Sweep.
Took everything tonight.
He didn't do was obviously top practice. Apart from that, he's where all the point where it mattered. He obviously pole, fastest lap, and the race win. So that's full points.
Yeah.
I knew when he didn't come out in practice that he was going to be quick.
Yeah. So he pulled out his lap, so we thought, there's a bit of sandbagging going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was quick. I was on board with him, and I'm like, he's got this thing hooked. And then he pulled in the pits. I'm like, okay, doesn't want to set a time.
Yeah.
So now moving into the GT4s, Tommy, is it still going to be compulsory fuel stops and tyre allocations?
Yeah, so the pit stop rules won't change. They're just longer races now.
Yep.
Obviously, yeah, so it's there'll be a 60-minute race instead. So obviously, the choice of tyre might be a little bit more important, whether you stay out on the same tyre or you put a fresh tyre on.
Change. Yep.
Obviously, in the Enduros, there'll be more tyres to choose from, so you're not running the same tyre for 2 hours, but there will be more tyre allocations, so you can come in and you still got the choice whether you throw a set of new tyres on, which I'd probably would say do, because obviously, I can't, without looking at it, I can't remember how many mandatory stops I put in, probably 2. But, it's one of those things, and even though it's a 2-stopper, you might only want to change tyres and on one of those stops. Whether you just do one mid-race and then do a quick splash and dash at the end to get rid of the last mandatory stop, that's probably something I'd go by. But
look at doing,
it all depends on how you race. For my opinion, if you're racing up the front, you tend to go long at the start to get your pit stops done later, because obviously if you're at the front and get them done early, all you're doing is dropping yourself back into the field. Where you don't want to be. So, but if you're at the back, that's when you tend to go a bit earlier and get yourself out of the group. And then it depends on the size of the field. With only 5 or so cars, it's not a. You always more than likely, you're gonna come out in clean air. So
it's been a small field, unfortunately.
On that one.
But I think you're going to have more guys in GT4. Like, I think a few more guys will join. Obviously, Freddie's joined. I don't know the other guy. Obviously, it's Easter. A few guys are busy, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, true.
A few guys away, which is fine. But I'm sure next week you'll find probably a bit more of a bigger grid. So
And unfortunately, I'm going to be away next week. So you'll be flying solo, Tommy.
Oh, that's all right. We'll see how good I am talking to myself.
Get tie in there, mate.
So, I'm up to squeeze tying or something like that, or maybe I'll just we'll see what happens. It's much easier with a co-host. Like when I think last week I joined, and you weren't in yet, and honestly, man, I had no idea what to even say.
Put the sock puppet on and talk to it.
Yeah, once you get started, it's all right. But you do feel, when you sit here in front of your TV, talking to yourself with a headset on, you do feel like a bit of a dick. But you just got to remember people are watching and
watching.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's more for them than anything. But it's definitely. I would say it's not my best field talking.
So practice next week is still 3/4 of an hour, is it? 45 minutes?
I'll have a quick look.
I'll have a look. Hang on.
Hang on.
Round 4, Donington.
Yes. So still 45.
Yeah, still 45 minutes, 15. And 60-minute race. Yep.
Yeah.
So all right, cool.
Yep. So the only thing that's changed is obviously the car. We're in the GT4 car, and it's a 60-minute race. So still only 2 tyres.
And 1 mandatory stop.
Yeah. So it's
mandatory fuel stop. Yep.
Yeah. So it's one of those
things.
Do
we repeat the same three tracks?
Sorry?
No.
Do we repeat the same 3?
No. So
you're at Donington Park.
Then on to Brands Hatch.
Yep. So Silverstone is the one that's being repeated. So that's at the very end. So that's obviously started the series. But we'll finish back there, but it will be an enduro in GT4.
Yeah, okay. So that's 120-minute race, 120 minutes.
Yeah, it's 2 hours. Yep.
Nice.
So it's 2
we get
hours.
3 sets of tyres.
Yep. So you get an extra set of tyres compared to
and a mandatory fuel stop tyres optional. Yep. There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna change that to 2 stopper.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm going to end my stream there because we're pretty much wrapped up. So,
Yeah.
thanks for watching, guys. Next week, tune into the Shakedown Xbox Racing League Twitch channel for round 4 at Donington. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yep. Well done,
See you.
Jack.
See you,
Thanks for
mate.
that, Tilly.
See you,
Thanks for
Tilly.
closing up
See you,
mine.
mate.